With the warm weather, a lot of people are looking forward to slipping into sandals.
For many women, that means manicures and pedicures, but that quick stop to the neighborhood nail salon can lead to some long-lasting and unwanted results. Caroline Van Vlartigan now with a special report on what many say is a growing and unchecked problem in Quebec. But first, a warning, some of the images in this story aren't very pretty.
Ever since last spring, Judy Jacobson's had a new routine.
I said, I just want a little change. Some change I did.
First, let's remove the bandage.
She comes to this Laval CLSC several times a week to have her thumb treated. Treatments that began after visiting a walk-in nail salon in Laval, one of hundreds in the province that offers fast and inexpensive manicures and pedicures.
And then he takes this little machine, it's like a little sander, to even it out, and he hit the side of my skin.
Judy says she immediately felt a jolt.
I felt the current go through, the electric current. And I said to him, ouch, you hurt me.
But the pain didn't end there and continued long after she left.
I was getting electrical shocks going up my arm, into my chest, down my legs.
Several months and visits to doctors and bottles of painkillers later, it was still so unbearable she underwent exploratory surgery. And that's when a doctor finally found the cause of all her discomfort.
He says, you have calcium sitting on your nerve from nerve damage. He says, you're full of calcium. He says, I don't even know how you've tolerated this pain.
Samantha Bolsterly is also nursing a sore thumb, injured when a manicurist at a Chateauguay nail salon started clipping at her finger to remove an acrylic nail.
It looked like it was like pliers, like little pliers that he was just like picking off.
She wound up on the floor.
He cut my finger and resulted in it bleeding, and I fainted.
You could say both Judy and Samantha had bad luck. But the truth is, no one is checking to make sure anyone at any nail salon in Quebec has proper training or is using properly sterilized equipment. Dr. Charles Fauché says he and other podiatrists have noticed an increase in bacterial and fungal infections caused by dirty salons.
Many patients come in here and say, I went to this place and it wasn't red before, it didn't hurt, and there's now pus coming out.
But it's not only fungus that clients have to worry about. There are also blood-borne infections that are much more serious, such as hepatitis and HIV, that can be transmitted through an open cut. That's why Dr. Fauché says you should never go for a pedicure if you have a cut or right after shaving your legs.
Because you would be subject or prone to getting any infection.
So with a hidden camera, we visited several nail salons in Montreal and told them we had a cut. Not one turned us away.
Can you work around that to clean it?
Yeah, we clean it around that, a little like that.
Just, it's here. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay? It doesn't matter? Okay. Can you guys work around the cut?
Oh, yeah.
I always tell my students, always act as if your client in front of you has something fatal, has a big disease, and you treat her with the most protection that you can for yourself and for your next clients, basically.
Stephanie Andrade teaches at an esthetician school. She says the safest salons are spotlessly clean, and their nail technicians wear new gloves for each and every client and use heat-sterilized equipment.
And basically what the autoclave does is sterilize the tools.
When you walk into a salon, you're supposed to see and smell cleanliness.
That's why Dr. Fauché's South Shore Clinic has an autoclave that heat sterilizes all of their tools. But equipment like this is too expensive for most walk-in nail salons to afford, let alone take the time to use.
How much are the nails?
The nail, $15.
$15?
Yeah.
Basically, when you try to cut down on price, you have to cut on security.
A lot of consumers are at risk for all sorts of things.
And with at least 2 deaths reported in the U.S. due to dirty nail salons, this nail technician and self-styled activist says consumers here need and deserve better protection.
Most are unaware that there's no licensing required. Most are unaware that people are signing up for courses on Kijiji from somebody who's unqualified to train.
So before handing over your hands and feet, Dr. Fauché says, ask questions, look around, and if you feel at all unsure,
walk away.
Don't
Definitely
take a chance.
Don't take the chance.
One more time, madame.
Almost a year after her manicure, Judy's thumb still hasn't healed. Her doctor has told her she's lucky she didn't have to have it amputated. A huge price to pay for a quickie manicure that's caused her more time and pain than she ever imagined.
Every day I say, why? Why did this happen? Be so careful, because one wrong move, your whole life is going to change.
That's really frightening. I've never really stopped to think about this. So there are no checks and balances, no oversight here?
Not at all. Nothing really, Mitsumi. As with any other kind of personal service business, like a hair salon, you only need to buy a business permit to open a nail salon. Meanwhile, other provinces like Ontario, BC, and even PEI all regulate their nail salons and have inspectors. But here it's up to individual municipalities to keep track of them, and most just don't have the manpower to do that.
So if the province isn't doing anything, is anyone?
Well, actually, some of the people that are involved in the nail industry, Paul, are very upset about this. Victoria Lee Hunter, who you saw in our story, has started a Facebook site to raise consumer awareness and get better standards for the industry here in Quebec. And just as our report was going to air, we got a call 2 days ago from a woman who started a professional nail technician course at the Gordon Robertson Career Centre. That's in Beaconsfield. It is a full-scale 72-hour course with 12 to 14 hours on hygiene alone, being taught under the Lester B. Pearson board. She also wants a certification system for all people working in the nail industry, not only to better protect us as clients, but also the technicians themselves who could be harmfully exposed to some of the chemicals that they work with on a daily basis.
Well, at least there's that, eh? Thank you very much, Ken.
Well.